A multimillionaire changed his clothes and ordered the cheapest dish. What the waitress did was amazing. The man sitting alone in the corner booth looked like someone life had forgotten. His jacket was worn, his shoes dusty, and his shoulders carried the quiet weight of exhaustion. Most people in the diner barely noticed him, and those who did quickly looked away. But what no one knew was that this ordinary man owned companies worth millions of dollars. And on that rainy afternoon, he wasn't there for food. He was there to see something far more valuable: kindness. Before we begin, if stories that restore your faith in humanity mean something to you, make sure to like this video, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Welcome to Kindness Lights, where real stories remind us how powerful simple kindness can be. The diner sat along a busy highway outside a small American town in Ohio. It was the kind of place where regulars ordered the same breakfast every morning and waitresses knew customers by name. The smell of coffee filled the air, mixing with the sound of sizzling bacon and quiet conversations. The man who walked in that day introduced himself as Daniel, though few people asked. His beard looked untrimmed, and his hoodie seemed older than the tables around him. He chose a booth near the window and sat silently, watching people come and go. Daniel wasn't poor. In fact, he was a self-made multimillionaire who owned a chain of technology companies across the country. But after years of success, meetings, and endless business deals, he felt disconnected from people. Everyone treated him differently once they knew his wealth. So he had started a personal tradition. Once every few months, he dressed simply and visited random places where no one recognized him. He wanted to experience how people treated someone who appeared to have nothing. That day, his test led him to this diner. A young waitress approached his table with a warm smile. Her name tag read Emily. She looked to be in her late 20s, her dark hair tied back neatly, her uniform clean but slightly faded from long hours of work. There was tiredness in her eyes, but her smile felt genuine, not forced. "Good afternoon," she said gently. "What can I get you today?" Daniel glanced at the menu carefully, even though price didn't matter to him. Then he pointed to the cheapest item. "I'll just have the toast and egg special, and water, please." Emily nodded without hesitation. No raised eyebrow. No judgment. "Coming right up," she said kindly. As she walked away, Daniel noticed something unusual. She treated every table the same way, laughing with a family, patiently helping an elderly man cut his pancakes, refilling coffee before anyone asked. Kindness seemed natural to her. When she returned with his food, she placed the plate carefully in front of him. "Let me know if you need anything else," she said. Daniel hesitated before asking quietly, "Is this enough food for the price?" Emily smiled softly. "Honestly? Probably not. Give me a second." She disappeared into the kitchen and returned moments later with extra toast and a small bowl of fruit. "The cook made a little extra," she said with a wink. "No charge." Daniel knew immediately that wasn't true. She had chosen kindness over policy. As he ate, he watched her rushing from table to table. Customers were demanding, children spilled drinks, and one man complained loudly about slow service. Yet Emily never lost patience. Later, during a quiet moment, Daniel asked, "Busy day?" She laughed lightly. "Aren't they all?" He noticed a small photo tucked inside her order book, a young boy smiling brightly. "Your son?" he asked. Her expression softened. "Yeah. His name's Noah. He's 8. She explained briefly that she worked double shifts to cover medical bills. Noah had a heart condition, and insurance didn't cover everything. Some days were hard, but she stayed positive for him. Daniel listened carefully, feeling something shift inside him. Here was someone struggling financially, yet still choosing kindness toward strangers. When Daniel finished eating, he reached for his wallet, then paused. Instead of leaving money immediately, he asked one last question. "Why are you so kind to everyone?" he said. Emily looked surprised. "I guess, you never know what someone's going through," she replied. A smile might be the only good thing they get all day. Her answer stayed with him. He nodded quietly and left a small tip, just a few dollars, before walking out. Emily thanked him sincerely anyway. What she didn't know was that Daniel planned to return. The next morning, the diner manager received an unexpected phone call. A calm voice asked about Emily, her work ethic, her attitude, her reliability. The manager spoke highly of her. "She's one of the best employees we've ever had." Later that afternoon, a black car pulled into the parking lot. Daniel stepped out, this time wearing a tailored suit. Inside, the staff barely recognized him. Emily approached with her usual smile, then froze. "You were here yesterday," she said slowly. Daniel nodded. "Yes. And I owe you an explanation." He sat down and told her everything, who he was, why he visited places disguised, and how her kindness stood out more than anything he had seen in years. Emily looked shocked, unsure whether to believe him. Then he handed her a card with his company name. "I didn't come here to test you," he said gently. "I came because I forgot what genuine kindness looked like. You reminded me." He slid an envelope across the table. Inside was a check, enough to cover Noah's medical expenses and more. Emily's hands trembled. I can't accept this," she whispered. Daniel smiled warmly. "You didn't help me because you expected anything. That's exactly why you deserve it." Tears filled her eyes as reality sank in. But Daniel wasn't finished. He announced that he would also be funding a community program through the diner,